How's it going, all my amazing pre-PAs out there? Have you ever thought about CASPA? Like, really thought about CASPA? I mean, like,
And just people would say, hey girl.
I know you went on it, you know about it, but have you really thought about it? Like, your whole life revolves around this program, this website? Sure, now you know it's the bane of your existence at this point in time as you're applying to PA school. But how much do you really know about it? In this video, I'm going to give you 3 insights on CASPA that I guarantee no one else has told you about before. There's a saying, keep your friends close and your enemies closer. Well, when it's time to apply to PA school, CASPA is the enemy. Are you ready? Let's get to it. Welcome to this week's video. I'm Anthony Gauthier for your journey to PA school. If you want videos about applying to PA school and how to better yourself while you're applying to PA school, make sure you like and subscribe to this channel. Each week I give you insight and information on how to separate yourself away from the pack. So the first thing I want to talk about, when you go and you type in CASPA for the website to find it, have you ever noticed in that top browser what it says? caspa.liaison.cas.com. Turns out the company that manages and runs CASPA is Liaison, found at liaisonedu.com. Basically, they're a company that hosts centralized application systems for various programs, whether you're applying to college, grad school, various industries. They probably have some kind of central application system in place. So anytime you have to go online to apply to something, it's usually going to be related to this company. They're basically the middleman between you and the PA programs. Get it? Liaison? Yeah. Right? No? The thing that's very interesting when I dive in deeper and learn about this company and research their website is the main focus is not because they're doing this out of the goodness of their heart to get all your information together. Oh, I'll help you out. Let's just gather all your things and I'll hold your hand and walk you across, and here's your #1 PA program, and here's a nice beautiful package of your application for them to review.
Simply wonderful selection. Well, thank you. I was a little concerned about your approval. Oh, you needn't have worried. I trust your taste implicitly. Thank you.
No, it's all about business, baby, and data mining. What do I mean by that? Their goal is to provide the data and statistics and info as much as they can find out about you to pass that along to the PA program so they can use that to quote unquote get their most diverse PA class. Now, I'm all about diversity in PA school and in healthcare in general, but I think it should go about it in different means than having it data mined from you. Isn't it weird that they want to know how much your parents make and what city you grew up in, and if you're part of a disadvantaged area growing up? That's all well and good, but seems odd that they ask so many pertinent questions about you when you're applying to PA school. What does it matter if you grew up in a certain income household applying to PA school? Well, to them it matters a lot because it can show that certain people in certain groups are making it to certain levels of education. That's a topic for another time, so let's move on to key point number 2. 99.9% of the questions you have about CASPA can be answered in their frequently asked questions section. Imagine that. Crazy. I know, right? But I've been following all these blogs and all these awesome people on social media and in these Facebook groups, and I want to ask my question and I get lots of responses. And it's really cool. So many people are going to help me out. But you get 5 different answers. So-and-so said they did it this way. Another person said they did it that way. It's like when my kids ask if they can have candy, they know what I'm going to say. Go ask mom. Right? So why don't we just go ask mom? Go to the frequently asked questions section in CASPA first. You're most likely going to find the answer there. And if you're still having trouble there, you could reach out to them specifically through email, or you could reach out to friends or others that you know have gone through it recently or maybe are very familiar about it, and they could help you out with some insight. And I know how much fun it is to ask for your friend's opinion on things, but with CASPA, you want to make sure you don't make any mistakes, anything that will hinder your application from getting verified in a timely manner. So just go straight to their frequently asked questions section first. Try to work it out there. I know you'll be able to solve the problem with just a little bit of research. Moving on to point number 3. When is the best time to submit your CASPA application? This is probably one of the most common questions I get from aspiring PAs when it becomes that crunch time. Do they apply as soon as possible? Do they wait and give themselves some time to get things organized and polished before they submit it? And I know it's out there. If you read all the posts on social media like I do, you feel like a failure if you haven't hit submit on May 1st. Like, what's up with that? Can they at least wait till I get through having all my festivities after Cinco de Mayo? What's the real answer? Honestly, every single person is going to have their own timeline, and it's going to benefit you depending on what you have done already. So say you've been planning to apply this cycle. You've been working your tail off for the past few years. You have everything dialed in. You have work experience. You have shadowing experience. You have volunteer experience. All your classes are done. You've worked on your personal statement. Everything is set. You're ready to apply early. There's nothing against applying early. Some places have rolling admissions. Some places will review your application as soon as they receive it. And of course, it's a lot easier for a PA program to sit and review your application when there's only 2 or 3 coming in a day versus right before the deadline where they get this huge influx of hundreds or maybe even thousands of applications that come in that day. So ideally, if you have everything set, you've been planning for a long time, apply as early as possible. Now, the flip side of that is maybe you're someone that didn't have that great of work experience. Your hours are just kind of on the border of maybe their minimum was 1,000 hours of hands-on work experience, and you're just like reaching that number. It might benefit you to work the summer and submit closer to the deadline. That way you guarantee that you have over the 1,000-hour minimum. Or maybe you need to retake a class and you want to wait till you're closer to getting that grade finalized before you know, hey, I had to take a genetics class while applying to one of my top PA program choices. And if I had gotten accepted into another school, I would have probably just dropped genetics if it wasn't required. So in situations like that, you can sometimes be strategic in the manner of when you apply. But honestly, don't get fooled by what everyone else is saying. If someone posts that they submitted already and they're sitting pretty and just waiting for the interviews to roll in, don't worry about it. Focus on your game plan, focus on your journey, and when the time is right for you to apply, that's when you apply. If you apply by the deadline and everything's golden, you're verified with your application, you got it in before the due date, the program has to look at it. Now, like I said before, if they get it in early and only have to look at one at a time, they're going to be able to go through it more thoroughly than if they have 500 and they need to get through. And I know they have teams working on this, so they're going to do their due diligence to give everyone an equal opportunity. The reality is, if you had to grade 2 papers versus 500, you're going to take a longer time reading through and paying more attention to reading those 2 papers. So to recap, the first thing of note is that CASPA is run by Liaison, a central company that is data mining all your information in order to help the PA program that you want to go to have a better understanding of everything about you and not just your personality. The second thing to help you out with is you could probably get every single question you have about CASPA answered by looking in their frequently asked questions section. And if not, you could email CASPA. And if not, email probably the PA program you specifically have that question about, or turn to a trusted friend, mentor, someone that you know has been through the process or keeps track of all these things. The last thing, know when is the right time for you to submit your application to your PA programs. Like I said before, there is no magic date, no magic number. Particularly, the earlier the better, but you need to be strategic on things. Can you use that summer to gain more experience, gain more hours? Maybe you can use that summer to gain a better connection with a PA, one that's going to write you a letter of recommendation. Something to think about. Really need to be strategic in this. Don't listen and get caught up in social media and feel horrible about yourself for not applying as soon as possible. More power to the people that get it all set and apply really quickly and efficiently, but you need to be strategic about it. Run your own race. Make sure you apply when you feel comfortable and ready, and you can reach out to trusted mentors or people in your close-knit group that might be able to help you out in terms of when you should apply for PA school. So there you are, 3 interesting things about CASPA you probably weren't too familiar with prior to watching this video. If you like this video, make sure you like and subscribe to this channel. Each week I'll be producing new videos giving you insight on how you can apply to PA school. I want to see in the comment below what the most frustrating aspect of you applying to PA school is. Is it CASPA? Is it writing your personal statement? Is it not getting enough shadowing experience? I want to hear it. I want to check it out and see how I could help you out. So make sure you comment below. For those of you that are interested in connecting on social media, you can follow me on Instagram. It's at Your Journey to PA School, all one word. And remember, I can't wait till the day to call you a fellow PA. Keep working hard, everybody.